everyone, Kika here, and welcome to another Ladies' Night. Now, before we get into tonight's topic, let me point out that the Ladies' Night series doesn't mean no men allowed. It's more about seeing things from women's perspective, and although a lot of it will be general tips that the mermaids out there can benefit from, there will be many things that the boys can also benefit and learn from. Because I feel that it's important if you're a couple or if you have a daughter to understand our needs as women, especially if you plan on moving onto a boat or an RV or simply plan on traveling together. Because when there's no privacy like on a small boat, miscommunication can become a real issue in a relationship. So hopefully all of you, men and women, can actually enjoy these videos. So that being said, let's dive into it. There is obviously some serious purging to do before you move into a boat. But if you are ready to move into your boat, it means that you already did the whole getting rid of everything you don't need part. And you're just trying to figure out how to fit whatever little things you have left on your new home. Because it might not look like much now, but once it's on the boat, it still can be a masterpiece of total crazy chaos. Which is why today I'm going to share with you my 5 tips to help you declutter that boat and help you fit all of your stuff on your small, tiny home. Tip number 1, start with dedicated storage spaces. That means all your book, your tools, your clothes, your camera gear, your cooking wear. Really, this applies to absolutely anything you can have. Dedicate a single area on your boat for this genre of item. And if it doesn't all fit, don't try to extend the amount of places you can store them. Instead, try to reduce these items by getting rid of the less important ones until it all fits in that one single spot. Tip number 2, digitize as much as you can. Transfer all your pictures, your movies, your music into hard drives or upload them online to save space. And if you like to read, invest in a Kindle. It's going to be a great addition to your lifestyle. No, I'm not being sponsored by Amazon. I actually purchased a Kindle Oasis for Dan for his birthday, and it's been great because not only it has all the Kindle features, it also is waterproof, so it's not going to get affected by the humidity and the salty air. The best part about it is that you can have a library of hundreds of books in Audible and store them into one single little device. This is dead, which is the one downside. It does need to be charged every so often. In its defense, we haven't charged it since July, so not too bad. I personally like to read from actual books, and there are some hard copies that I just want to keep on the boat, like some sailing books and my entire Harry Potter saga, and some other books that are just fun to physically have. But again, you can keep the most important ones and make sure they all fit in that dedicated space, and the rest you can either go to a book swap. A lot of marinas have book swaps where you leave old books and borrow new ones. You can do that, and once you're done reading them, you can either give it away or you put it on a Kindle. And that's it for my second tip. And now tip number 3, ask yourself, will you use it more than once this month? You know that one dress that you never wore, but you keep in a closet because it's so gorgeous, and you always stare at it and you always say the same thing, I'm sure I'll find the one occasion to wear it. I will stop you right there, because unless you already know the occasion and it's right around the corner, you will keep that dress for years and it's gonna get all moldy, and you're going to look at it every time and say the exact same thing. Maybe one day I'll find the occasion to wear this. Get rid of it right now. And I'm not saying you should get rid of all your nice clothes, but instead get some dresses that you know you can dress up or dress down for any occasion, and you can wear multiple times a month. It's a constant evolution, it's a work in progress, and personally, I'm still working on it. But one exercise that I do, and you guys can try too, is every new place that we go, I always try to go through my closet again and try to find a few things that I can donate. Alright, next. Tip number 4, don't overstock unnecessarily. And that's a big one, because on a sailboat, sometimes redundancy is great to have, like extra fenders, extra lines, extra bolts and screws, and a few extra spare parts for your mechanical system, and even sunglasses. I literally have a box full of sunglasses because I always lose them, and I just think it's a great thing to keep on the boat. But you do not need 10 beach towels or a full 12 pieces cutlery set. You really only need one set per person and a few extras if you know you're going to have guests. On our boat is just Den and I, and we rarely have more than 2 guests at a time on the boat, so we keep 4 of everything. But if we know we're going to have more people coming over for lunch or for dinner or for a sundowner, then we tell them to basically BYOS. Bring your own shit. It's also easy on the boat to make the mistake to think that you need to go to Costco and stock up on as much tomato sauce or cereal or conditioner as you possibly can. But the truth is, unless you're planning on crossing an ocean or you're planning on staying on an uninhabited island for months on end, you will find pharmacies and grocery stores and street vendors everywhere you go. So no, you don't need to stock up on 5 gallons of conditioner and 30 rolls of toilet paper. We personally like to keep about 1 month supply of non-perishable and toiletries on our boat at a time. And of course, if there's that one delicacy that you absolutely love and it's rare to find, like Nutella, which is extremely expensive in the islands, or my personal favorite, Biscoff's bread, then yeah, stock up on a few extra and just don't overdo it. Alright, the last and final tip that I have for you today, tip number 5, keep everything small and organized. Because the more organized you keep your boat, the easier it is to find everything. And it also helps to avoid getting multiple of the same items without even knowing about it. Yes, that comes from a personal experience. Whenever Dan and I would go to a grocery store, we would always grab an extra bottle or 2 of wine. And the mistake we made, we didn't listen to my number 1 tip, is we didn't have a dedicated space for the wine. So we always just find a place wherever it would fit, we would just store it there. When we redid our galley recently, we decided to reorganize everything. And to our surprise, we found that we had more than 20 bottles of wine stashed in various places on the boat. That was way too many bottles. Now that's just a small example, and don't get me wrong, I am not complaining because I absolutely love wine and having extra wine is not a problem to me. But if we had known how much wine we had from the beginning, then we probably would have refrained from purchasing more until we finished cycling through our inventory, if you know what I mean. And that's it for my I have a hair in my mouth. Very distracting. Anyway, that's it for my 5 tips of helping you declutter your space. Let me know in the comments below what's your favorite way of organizing your boat, and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, because I produce new videos every single week. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!